Arkansas. Meanwhile, further west, no problems at all. Just keeping the kids within sight out here at the park. It was gorgeous. The weather, people in Seattle enjoyed some beautiful weather. Temperature in the low 70s today. Lots of families out there. Look at that. Duck weather? Hardly. Not when you think of Seattle. All the clouds here in the Pacific Northwest were high, thin ones. Right over Oregon and Idaho. It is a beautiful night in Seattle right now. 67 degrees, clear blue skies. All you dubbers who are off for the summer and just enjoy it. Even in Portland, just great. Even in Burns, Oregon, for that matter, was just great. And Medford here, too. Those high, thin clouds let the sun shine through. It was beautiful. And further south in California, a lovely night. Burbank, 71 degrees right now. We've got clear skies, too. But a little too clear for my liking here in Arizona. Look at the big ridge of high pressure, and we're just baking. Here was 109 in Phoenix today, 115 in Bullhead City, and down in the Grand Canyon, it was 110 degrees. In the upper 80s up at the rim, but 110 at the Grand Canyon right over there with unlimited sunshine. Nice and dry here. Dew point temperatures running 20s, 30s. A little Pacific moist air, the marine layer is what we call it in LA and San Diego. Will keep things cool here tonight. But where the dry hits the wet, boy, we've got some severe weather here tonight. A tornado watch is in effect as severe weather rumbles northeast of Sioux City, Iowa right now. For the look at the rest of the week, plus a sneak peek of the weekend, here's Sharon Resultan.
That's right, and Sioux Center really getting pummeled a little bit earlier this evening, actually just about 45 minutes to an hour ago with some golf ball size hail. So boy, there's some active weather out here in extreme northwestern Iowa, as Dave mentioned. Well, let's see what happens as we head into Thursday morning. Our front, which is kind of the focus zone for some of those strong thunderstorms out there now, pushes into southeastern or central portions of Iowa. It's kind of a slow mover, but again,
in-depth look at weather in the west, Alaska and Hawaii is next in the Pacific Update.
for joining us here at the Weather Channel. Ready or not, here comes summertime. A very warm weekend coming up over portions of the east. And of course, with warm temperatures and high humidity, thunderstorms are in the forecast once again, not only for the middle of the country, but for portions of Florida as well. Has it been a stormy week in portions of Florida? And this video is definitely an example of some of the stormy weather that Florida has experienced. These pictures down near Miami. When showers and thunderstorms rolling on in, that is some floodwater activity there. And the wind and the rain will likely return again on Saturday. Bring a little daytime heating, a few of the sea breezes, and we'll have some thunderstorms throughout Florida once again on Saturday. Thunderstorms were hot and heavy last night in portions of Iowa. As much as 3 to 6 inches of rain from thunderstorms that ravaged western and northern portions of the state overnight. And unfortunately, there's more showers and thunderstorms on radar tonight. Showers and thunderstorms in eastern Nebraska, giving us these fine pictures. Somebody keeping the camera on and giving us some fine pictures of the lightning and thunder in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa last night. As a matter of fact, I got a feeling somebody could stick a camera out the window tonight and come up with something that's not too different from what you're seeing right there. Thunderstorms are on the march once again. Why? Well, for one, we've got the warm temperatures. Your first full day of summer, and we had 100-degree heat once again throughout much of Texas and working northward into portions of south central Kansas. Again, we've got a stationary front to the north, and where these two air masses intertwine, so to speak, showers and thunderstorms. And they're on the march once again in portions of central Kansas, heading east-northeast, and some storms again now developing in the southeastern Nebraska near Lincoln and also near Omaha. Those warm temperatures for the day, though, not all that far above normal. Of course, some of the 100-degree heat in West Texas, but other than that, this is rather typical summertime heat as we work on into June 21st and June 22nd. A little cool in portions of the west, and where it stayed cloudy in New England on the cool side. You take that warmth, you add it to the humidity. Over 60 we consider kind of humid. You get over 70 and it's very humid, and you start seeing temperatures like 74 in Chicago and 77 in St. Louis, and you know that we are talking some thick humidity. With the heat and the humidity, even at this hour of the night, an opportunity for showers and thunderstorms. One cluster here rolling through Kansas, and we've watched a couple head out over the river south and east of Detroit. Some of that may be headed for Cleveland and Erie. Let's take a look at the satellite loop at the present time just to give you an idea on where the cloud tops are most enhanced. This is the long loop. I threw the long loop in once again to take you back to last night where we got the video in Nebraska and Iowa. Then that stuff runs east, weakens some during the day, and now our big plume here coming out of Colorado and into Kansas in the late evening and the overnight hours. Heat under the ridge in the southwest, still trying to get some of the clouds out of New England, and as we push westerly winds into eastern Massachusetts and coastal Maine, that should mean some warming as we work on into your weekend. And there's quite a bit of activity going on in some of these clouds in Utah and Colorado. Let's get to that forecast and see where we expect the heat and the rain to go. With our stationary weather front right here in the Central Plains, some of that thunderstorm activity could be heading east on Interstate 80 toward Des Moines once again. And with daytime heating tomorrow, we'll also have to watch our front here in portions of the Ohio Valley. South of that front, very muggy, very humid with daytime heating, a few showers, thunderstorms. We'll have to, well, keep an eye on it. And also down here in the Hudson Valley, if that low actually does clear into the Hudson Valley and temperatures warm up around the New York City area, we could have some fun in that neck of the woods as well. But the hot spot for the rest of the night into your Saturday, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa once again. The hardest hit counties last night were up in the northwest corner, so if we can keep it down toward the Missouri border, that may bode well for a couple of counties. Very warm nights. We are into summertime, folks. 70 or better, well up into Illinois and Iowa. And as we saw with the dew points, very muggy indeed. 90s, fairly far north for your Saturday, as well as a few 100s. And it stays pretty warm on Sunday. But notice some of the cool stuff up along the Canadian border. That may become a factor in the forecast a little bit later in the week. We'll be checking the 5 days shortly. As far as wet weather is concerned, best bet for thunderstorms later in the weekend. Same old states as we look at portions of the northern plains from the Dakotas eastward into Iowa, even Chicago and perhaps Detroit once again. A couple of nasty storms leaving the Detroit area at the present time. Our active weather should begin to shift a little bit farther south and east as we look ahead to Monday. Well, let's jump back out west and see how temperatures are doing in California for the weekend.
If you or anyone you love has ever suffered from low back pain, poor circulation, minor arthritic-like pain, or just poor sleep, you owe it to yourself to call for this free 50-minute video with health tips from Dr. Nagler and this free Celebrity Choice adjustable bed catalog. Dr. Nagler relieves many aches and pains that would just never go away. And you'll learn the advantages adjustable beds have over flat, air, and water beds, and all in the privacy of your home with absolutely no high pressure. So call for your free 50-minute video with health tips from Dr. Nagler. The video and your Celebrity Choice catalog are free if you call right now.
Call 1-800-492-8800.
Every day it moves and changes. There's something happening somewhere, and we bring you all of it in WeatherScope, the day's top weather stories, with live on-the-scene reports during major breaking events, up-to-the-minute forecast for the nation and specific regions, and fascinating insight that lets you understand exactly what's happening and why. WeatherScope, it's all the weather you want, every 30 minutes on the hour and half hour on the Weather Channel. Right now, the weather is changing. What's here today can be gone tomorrow. Because we know you need to plan and prepare, we dedicate a special team to forecasting the outlook for the days ahead. So you know what to expect. Watch our 5-day planner, 20 minutes after every hour on the Weather Channel. No place on earth has better weather. This is your local forecast. Information you can plan on, because now we show it on the 8s of every hour. Local on the 8s on the Weather Channel.
Major, and these are real people, not actors, who are taking advantage of PRN's exceptional psychics. I'm about to find out how it's going. Michelle, how was your free sample reading?
It was excellent. I'm shocked.
Basically, all I told her was my name and my birth date. That's it. And she told me everything else, and she made me a believer.
He was like, well, it could be mother to be, and I said, well, I am pregnant.
She told you things that nobody would know about you unless they knew you personally.
Exactly. I felt like she was just right with me and knew my life as soon as I picked up the phone.
It was nice. We laughed and everything. She made you feel comfortable. And
it was just great. It was nice.
They told me everything about my life, every step that I'm going to take, and I didn't even tell them anything, just my name, my birthday, and, you know, she's just telling me everything from there.
Looks like you guys found the right people. For one, someone's found the right people.
For your free sample reading, call now.
1-800-611-6738.
Weather. Every day it moves and changes. There's something happening somewhere, and we bring you all of it in WeatherScope, the day's top weather stories, with live on-the-scene reports during major breaking events, up-to-the-minute forecast for the nation and specific regions, and fascinating insight that lets you understand exactly what's happening and why. WeatherScope, it's all the weather you want, every 30 minutes on the hour and half hour on the Weather Channel. Right now, the weather is changing. What's here today can be gone tomorrow. Because we know you need to plan and prepare, we dedicate a special team to forecasting the outlook for the days ahead. So you know what to expect. Watch our 5-day planner, 20 minutes after every hour on the Weather Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
Let's check on the West Coast and see what kind of weekend we can come up with for you. Looks like our current trough is pulling off to the east. So along the California coast, other than some of the late night and early morning low cloudiness, looks like some fine weather settling in for much of the weekend. Further to the north, we'll have to keep an eye on weather off to the west. Saturday looks pretty good for Seattle and Portland, but this next system is going to come